as we get it, but we just wanted to at least give you a little bit of background information so you have some context as to what has occurred today. Around 7 o'clock this morning, a resident in or around the Sam Vineyard Road area reported a suspicious vehicle. A deputy with the Dickson County Sheriff's Office responded. After a period of time, there was no contact with that deputy, so the deputy's vehicle was tracked by GPS in an attempt to find the vehicle. An officer with another agency was able to find the vehicle in another location about 2 to 3 miles away. The deputy was inside the vehicle, deceased. There is video evidence from the location that indicates that the individual we're looking for is Stephen Joshua Wiggins. You all have been alerted through the Blue Alert as well as the Top 10 about information, so I'll refer you back to that for more specifics about what he looks like. We have a couple different photos. Sheriff Bledsoe is going to offer some words as well. Again, this is a difficult time, so if you could bear with us for a moment. There is a female who is being interviewed at this point. We're not providing any additional information about that at this point. As you can see, you've been here a minute, you've seen a lot of law enforcement and emergency management agencies that are here assisting in the search for this individual. The sheriff is going to speak more about that. He's going to provide you information about what you can do should you have any information about the whereabouts of Stephen Wiggins. Sheriff, you good? Okay.
There's not much I can say today other than our heart's shattered with this. This is one of our best deputies. He's a supervisor. He's worked his way up to sergeant on patrol. And he's one of the guys that puts it on the line every day to keep our community safe. And he was doing that again today with just a call of a suspicious vehicle. And then you see what can transpire from something that we think is just a suspicious vehicle. And people question us sometimes and why we're so on edge and why there's more than one deputy or why there's multiple cars. This is a prime example of why we have to take care of each other and take care of our citizens. We just ask for your help in getting the photo and information out so that we can hold this person responsible and fully accountable. And it is my prayer to God that our court will be a terror to him on the punishment he receives.
Thanks, Sheriff. Again, I know that you're going to have some questions that we're not going to be able to answer at this point. We hope to provide you some more information at some stage. I don't even want to give you a specific time. This has been very fluid. As tips come in, as leads come in, they are being investigated fully. We do have agencies from all kinds of states, all kinds of agencies across the state. I'll list some, but for the fear of missing some, please understand that there are more that I'm not mentioning, but THP, the U.S. Marshals, Dickson County Sheriff, Dickson City, TBI, FBI, Hickman County, countless other support roles, emergency management, fire departments are on the scene as well. Again, the word that we want to get out is we are looking for this individual. Please post his name, his photo as often as you can. Anyone with information is urged to call 911. He's a very dangerous individual. They can also contact us through 1-800-TBI-FIND. We appreciate all the work that you all are doing in getting the word out. It's very critical that we get this individual in custody. Like I said, as I have some more information, we'll provide that through you all, through probably the social media alerts, or the folks here will let you know as we have some more information that we're able to confirm. Is it confined to Dickson County still at this point? I know that there are tips coming in that they're having to go and check out as well that might be in surrounding areas as well.
On the line with Hickman, very, very close for the secondary
Hickman
scene.
as well. No, we aren't at this stage, no. We're not going to speak to exactly what that contained, but just that's how we know who it is that we're looking for.
Do they believe the suspect is still on foot?
We don't know. It's likely he could have gotten into a vehicle. We don't know. So that's why we want to spread the word, cast a very wide net, because we don't know what's transpired since somebody last saw him. I can't talk about the specifics of that at this point.
You mentioned that there's a suspicious car. What made it suspicious? What was the
The call that came in, the individual had indicated it was suspicious. I don't know what in that individual's mind indicated it might be suspicious, but that's how the call came in initially.
Was this a neighbor or someone who saw the car?
It was a resident in the area of Sam Vineyard Road.
Have there been any sightings of him since from this morning? Has anyone had any sightings?
Not any that we're able to confirm at this point. I can't speak to that. Well, it was through GPS. I can't talk about specifics of that.
Can you go into more of his criminal background of the suspect?
I can't, but if you contact our agency, there's a form you can fill out and we can run a criminal history for you on that.
The woman that you all
As you can imagine, our time's been consumed this morning, focused upon the crime scenes, and had deputies with his family. I have not been able to reach out to them yet. I've taken care of that through other deputies and spoken with some of the family. One of the family members was here just a moment ago, and they're devastated just like we are, but we've just asked them to call upon us for anything that they need at this time, and we'll be there with them every step of the way. And unfortunately, this is the second deputy that his life's been taken, murdered in the line of duty since I've been sheriff. So we know that the family's going to need as much support as possible and all the prayers from the community. And when you learn what we know, you're going to be shocked.
What is the message that you want the community to hear from you?
What I want our people to know is that even though our heart's broken, we're driven right now with a focus and a resolve to make sure that this person's captured. He's still considered a threat to our community. Anyone that would murder a deputy sheriff protecting our community is a threat to anyone. If he is listening, or anyone listening that knows him, that can talk some sense into him, that he would turn himself in, that's what he needs to do. Because we're not going to rest and we're not going to leave anything unturned until he's brought in for justice and he's taken into custody, so no one else is at risk or anyone else's life's threatened or taken from what we have today. And they just need to know that we're not resting, and we have the full support and backing of everyone across this state. I can't go into all the details of how many agencies have reached out to me and that have already called me, and the resources that are available from all of our agencies with TBI and THP, our local agencies. If I try to list them all, I'll miss someone, but everyone's reaching out to help. And as you can see, this is just a portion, a fraction of what's around the roads and down in the woods and on scene. And we've got a lot of work to do. We'll be here as long as it takes to do it. I have full confidence in our TBI partners and the forensic side of what they're doing to recover. And I know that this will be a very solid case when it's presented. I already know that.
Sheriff Susan, can you speak to the terrain of here?
You guys have been going nonstop for a couple of months now, and can you just talk about, how people continue to wake up and get through these days and how you do it? Can you get a break?
It's a calling. I'm here for a reason. I know that. Some people believe it, some don't, but God put me in this position, and I'm blessed to be here. And every day can be trying, but it makes me even stronger with my resolve of what our focus is and what we're going to do to protect this county and work with other agencies. And they call on us, we're going to be there for them as well. But when you learn about our deputy, and we haven't released that yet, when you learn of what his service was to this community, and he's the one that put it on the line every day to keep us safe, you're going to know what a loss it is. But I think it's going to drive us even more and put just a focus on each of us more to check ourselves and what are we doing to make each community a safer place to call home, a safer place for my kids that we're raising. And so many in this community are hurting and support us in so many ways, but everything we've dealt with, it hurts. It takes a toll on us mentally, physically, with baby Joe still not being recovered. But we've got a search plan this Saturday, and my goal is to see how we can keep that moving and stay focused there. We're pulled in many directions, but we're not going to break. And if I have anything to do with it, we're not going to break. We're working to find a recovery of him. We're working to prosecute that case with a preliminary hearing coming up Monday. And now we're working to bring someone into custody and have our day in court on this as well. So it's only making me push harder. It's not going to push me down or stop me from what I do. And it gives us more resolve.
Sheriff and Susan, can you speak to the terrain out here, how that's impacting the search for the person of interest at this time?
It's like any rural area. We have wooded areas, hills, peaks, valleys, fields. The temperatures and humidity play a part on how hard you can push people and your canine teams. But until we can get some precise focus, and right now people are working on that to direct us. What is our next step? What is our next goal? What are the next pieces that we have to investigate and check off of our list to do? Because we want to know everything about this. Who did it? When did it happen? Why? Who, what, when, where, why? Everything we can ask about it, we want to know. Because someone's going to sit down and hear the facts of this case, and they're going to need to know and have a right to know why it happened and how it happened. And but we're dealing with that terrain just like we have on our other cases when we search for someone, or as we have for baby Joe.
Folks, thanks very much. I'm sorry, we need to get him back to the scene because there are a lot of...
They have called me to come back.
Right,
Okay.
so...
The call was around 7 a.m. When did you guys actually...
I'll be available later for you.
I don't have the specific on it. Thanks very much.